Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
This is the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno, and you're Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. Oh boy, there's a lot to talk about for our news brief later on today.
It just turned 10 o'clock, too.
My goodness gracious, we get in. The Jomo Sapiens are back. Remember we used to talk about that a bunch?
Yeah.
On the Tree of Woe. That was a big in-joke.
Yeah, it was.
So, yeah, John Morrison signed.
We used to come up with alternate names for John Morrison. That was a segment.
Right.
That's
right. Yeah. So we'll talk about that in a news brief later on today. Not really much to talk about. WWE have evidently signed him.
Well, especially now that you just talked about it. There's literally nothing to say about it.
Yeah. Well, no, we can ramble a little bit about that. And then WWE confirmed the new announced teams.
Yes.
We'll save that one for news brief.
Yes.
I got a bone to pick, Larson, with the friendo community.
Why?
All right,
They're great. Why would you have an issue with them?
Look, they're terrific. All right,
yeah.
They're terrific.
Darn right they are.
They usually live by the mantra "just be cool."
Yes, and it's great.
Every dang time we put up a poll to reach out and say, "Hey, we're thinking of making this change, but we're sort of torn on something.
Dude,
Let's see what the people
you
think about it."
You don't even have the new information.
Oh wow, it changed.
You run your mouth without actually.
There's precedent though. There's precedent.
There is
for me
precedent.
Several polls I've run, and it's always 50-50.
Well, when I first showed you the results, we're considering a schedule change from Matt Chat moving from Sunday Wednesday. Sweet. I put a thing on the community tab to get the opinion of the friendos out there. And at first, I showed Steve after 16 votes, and it was tied 50-50. And we're like, all right, it's going to be another of these situations. But 16 votes is an incredibly small sample size.
I agree, but oftentimes only a small sample size is enough.
You jump the gun going off there for a second.
This time, but there is evidence in the past. So yeah, I mean, I guess the rationale for moving it to Wednesdays is so that every day of the week,
every weekday there's a podcast.
Every weekday, because that's mostly when people work, and I know some people like to listen to it at work. So if you're just sitting there on Wednesday, you have nothing to do. It's like, oh man, I used to listen to Stephen Larson, now I hate them. So that's the point of potentially moving it to Wednesday, maybe. But apparently, yeah, according to the first 65 votes here, a lot of people have 79 votes.
I mean,
a lot of people want to keep it. That's cool.
They wake up on
that's
Sunday,
fine.
they got nothing to do. They go to church rather than pay attention to the service. They want to listen to Matt Chat. I don't know.
That's good. Yeah, I'd do that.
I don't know.
Yeah. If like my family forced me to go to church or something, I'd totally like listen to podcasts and I don't know, look at Fake Taxi or something. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. Anyways.
Of all the places to look at Fake Taxi.
Babe Station.
Yeah, Babe Station. Of all the places to do it.
Well,
you accidentally have the volume on your phone.
If I'm busy doing something else, isn't that an indicative of how I feel about the entire experience? So it doesn't really matter.
All right.
Anyways, let's talk about NXT. So another 1 hour on, this is the last time, 1 hour on USA, 1 hour on the network. Didn't seem to be as big of an issue getting to the network this time.
No.
Did you have anything? Well, you didn't do it till later, huh?
Yeah, I didn't even start watching NXT on USA till about 9.
I was already on the network because
you had issues, not
my Xfinity app.
Yeah.
Where I use my sister's info to watch my wrestling, and then the illegal internet stream wasn't working either. So,
wow.
Yeah. So I had to wait till like the second hour. I watched it. I watched the second hour first and the first hour second. But
it was like Memento for NXT with you.
So, yeah, exactly. Set up for the big. Come on. Honestly, it's just a takeover.
It is essentially.
Next week is a takeover.
Essentially.
Morrow confirmed at the end of the broadcast limited commercial interruptions, and then pretty much he called it like a night of champions. It wouldn't surprise me if between now and then, well, I guess it kind of would because there's nothing obvious
for
it.
North American title match.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me maybe if that's when Lio Rush got his title shot against Drew Gulak.
Entirely possible.
That might be possible as well.
Entirely possible. I don't know if they said when it was going to go down, but it would not surprise me.
Because right now we're looking at 3 big title matchups.
Yep.
The NXT title, and it's confirmed thanks to that street fight last night. Matt Riddle, King of Bros.
Yeah, it's going to be it's entirely possible that we can have a title change.
It's possible. It's possible. I still think that it's I don't know, man. I think it's more. Are we going to do predictions for that? I think it's more likely that Shayna loses her title.
That's entirely possible,
especially given that the Wrestling Observer himself said that she might be due for a call-up soon. It might even happen during the draft. Again, that's Dave Meltzer. He's been sort of on and off lately, so who knows if that's true or not. That's just pure speculation.
Well, it's hard to tell, too, when he says something in a speculative nature and then people report it as fact.
Yeah.
Because that happens quite frequently.
I think that would be... here's the thing about it. I think that would be a huge... Do you remember the finish of the Cole Riddle? How clean was it? Was the Undisputed Era out there milling about, distracting people?
I know Matt Riddle won.
The first time around?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember if it was due to because the Saints were bumbling
mishaps. They do tend to bumble sometimes.
Yeah.
There you
Here
go.
I have it. Oh, that's the 5-way. That's not what I want. When was it? Was it June 20th? I thought it was a little before.
It was in May. Pretty sure it was in May. So yeah, I don't know. I think the big for me, it seems like if you want to have a big face pop with that crowd at Full Sail, it's going to be and everybody loves Candice LeRae. It's going to be Candice taking that title off of Shayna. If you want like a big buzzworthy moment, I think the match itself with Riddle and Cole, regardless of who wins, would be the big deal.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And I also kind of feel like I'm not sure if they want the draped in gold era to last this small amount of time, or
Agreed.
maybe they do, so it doesn't look like they're just hoarding all the titles.
Yeah.
I don't know. I expect NXT to give me the unexpected.
Yes.
So I'm very much looking forward to it.
Why can't I find the? Oops. Anyways, carry on. I'll find what happened the first time around. I'm determined at this point.
Oh, that's weird. Why is this set to unlisted?
That is strange.
That's really weird. Our thing was set to unlisted. Oh, well, thank you for letting us know, everybody.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I always set these ones to put. Did we do something that was unlisted? We didn't do anything that was unlisted
recall,
on this
no.
channel. Must have been a slip of the whatever. Oh, well, whatever. It's only NXT. Nobody watches it, right? actually,
Yeah,
since it's
it's
been
like
on
around
USA
1.2
last
million
week, it did
people
pretty well.
watched it, yeah.
So, we're trying to get it back down to where we're used to having it.
Yes. Yes.
So, anyways, so yeah, there was NXT. I don't even have my notes up. And then, of course, we're going to talk about 205, which was UK, which is a fairly inconsequential episode.
Yeah.
Although I thought that the main event was pretty fun. And then Dakota Kai returned on NXT last night also.
Yeah, that was cool.
We got that Keith Lee Dijak match. That was
that was
rad.
really good.
That was awesome.
All right, so May 8th.
Can't get enough of those guys. Let's see here. We had Rhea Ripley in basically a squash match. And
that was a complete total domination.
And then Kushida, this was the goofiest thing. Kushida, sort of in a throwback to his Taguchi Japan days, going with choosing as partners the goofiest, most Taguchi Japan choice he could make, and that was with, of course, the Fashion Police. Breezango, what do you got there? And then let's go.
I have Cole hitting a super kick. He covers, and Riddle kicks out right into Bro Mission. But
maybe he taps out at that point.
Yeah.
He probably taps out. And then Undisputed Era hit the ring. Riddle flees. That makes
Riddle
sense.
Gets out of there. Yeah, this is all in May. So this is before Adam Cole won the belt.
May
I
9th.
believe.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because the next takeover is in June. So who knows?
Yeah. And then on 205, what do we have? Yeah, 205 had a fun match with Umberto Carrillo and Angel Garza. That was fun. That was cool.
And the main event had a bit of a surprising finish. Saying it was Danny Birch's debut on 205, I believe.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, they're advancing kind of these parallel stories of you have Leo Rush as number one contender, and then ONeil Orkin, who's just chomping at the bit to be number one contender again.
Oney's everywhere.
I know.
That guy gets a lot of work these days. It's awesome. I love it so much. Whoever it is at 205 and NXT really likes ONeil Orkin.
He's a good worker.
He's a really good worker.
He's a good tweeter, too. Everything in caps. Sleeping under a bench.
Yeah, it's awesome.
He spins some interesting yarns on that Twitter of his.
He's got some funny Vince McMahon stories.
Yeah.
Especially if they're true.
I know.
Which it wouldn't surprise me if they actually had like a kernel of truth anyways. NXT opens up with a wonderful recap package of last week. And then they had
all the praise being thrown at it by mainstream press.
Yeah, right. Like IGN and I don't know.
TV guide.
Going in Raw. They had like a little mini stage set up above commentary.
It was a crow's nest, kind of.
Yeah. It was like how I imagine. It was like when Kirk and Spock were on trial in Star Trek VI, and all the Klingons were in that old big cavernous thing.
Mm-hmm.
Guilty.
That's Superman 2, isn't it?
Still guilty. And so yeah, they're there. They had to show off how draped they are.
Yeah,
in
they
gold.
just show up and hold their belts up, and that was it.
Yeah, I wonder if that's the one moment where they're like, okay, they're draped in gold. We can move on now. Let's just disperse the titles.
Maybe
amongst the others.
They should have set up a second commentary booth up there just for them. They could have done a second commentary track throughout the first hour. You
got to feel good being Roderick Strong right now, though, because if they don't have a title match next week and everybody else loses their titles, they'll be like, oh, I still got mine.
I mean, in terms
what happened with you guys?
In terms of some sort of symmetrical storytelling, that would make sense.
Yeah, sure.
If he's the last one to get one, then the last one to drop it.
Yeah. Like, I got mine. Where's yours?
You can cause some beef between them.
I want like a good 6 months. I want a good 6 months of them being draped in gold.
Adam Cole's had it for 3?
Well, yeah, but I want the whole unit to be draped in gold starting now. 6 months. Give me that. Karen's giving me some static right now. She says, don't hate on the Time Cop, Steven. Well, when you put it like that, Time Cops.
It's a cool name.
Like, they're now incorporated into the time traveling aspect of Kushida.
It's a shame, though, that Kushida's thing isn't robotics as opposed to time. Then they could be the RoboCops.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, but better.
Wasn't Jean-Claude Van Damme?
He was Time Cop, yeah.
Not to be confused with current orgy aficionado Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, what the hell that?
That guy seems to be having a lot of fun these days.
He's living the best life RVD can, it seems like.
Seemingly, yeah. Anyways, I think I saw that Van Damme movie in the theaters, Time Cop.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything about it, though. Of course, Free Jack is the best time travel movie of all time.
Oh, no, I kind of feel like Back to the Future 2 might be
Free Jack would be a great wrestler name, though.
Yeah.
Free Jack.
Yeah. Maybe.
Or just like a hashtag to get somebody out of jail. Anyways. Keith Lee versus Dominic Dijak. Chris Dijak.
Dominic Dijakovic.
Donovan Dijak.
Opened the show. These two have set a pretty high bar for their matches, and this one did not disappoint.
First chunk of match was Keith Lee demonstrating feats of strength.
Yeah.
Lifting him up.
Pounced Dijak over the top rope. Not to the floor, though, just the apron.
Yeah, that was pretty rad. That was cool.
Anytime they do a pounce spot where someone goes to the top rope, it's great.
I love that.
Not out of the ring and to the floor, unfortunately. And they're going to do that for a Rumble some year. Just you wait. Then they're jockeying for position out in the apron to who's going to deliver suplex. But neither can gain the advantage, so Keith Lee just headbutts Dijak and knocks him on the floor. But then Dijak comes to enough to choke slam Keith Lee on the apron.
Yeah.
Ow.
Ouch.
Later on, Keith Lee, he was showing off his high-flying abilities. Hits a corkscrew pescado to enter the floor. That was impressive for a dude 340 pounds. And then he hits a second row moonsault.
Yeah.
Shortly after that, gets 2 count. And then they're on the top rope. Lee's setting up for a top rope Spanish fly like we saw last time. Dijak fights him off and hits a Super Canadian Destroyer. Only gets a 2 count, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those where like they can just do these insane moves to each other.
It was like a PWG match.
It totally exactly was that.
Because the finish saw Dijak hit a moonsault, cover Keith Lee, and when Keith Lee kicked out, he just sat up Undertaker style while still holding Dijak.
That was rad.
And
they do that great close up. Nothing kills me more than that when they get the 2 shot of them of their close ups.
Yeah.
Looking at each other, and Keith Lee's like, and Donovan's like,
yeah, no.
Oh man, it's terrific.
It's very much at the end of Superman 2 with Superman and Zod.
It is. There's
Zod
a great gif out there of
Superman
the last
powers
time.
back, yeah.
Yeah.
So then Keith Lee picks up Dijak, tosses him over his shoulders. This is all like while still holding him.
Yeah.
Tosses him over his shoulders, hits his finish for the win.
Yeah.
It was a pretty cool finish.
It was great too because he didn't just sit up; he like rolled back through with him and picked him up. Then, yeah, it was rad. So yeah, Keith, who won the last match?
Dijak.
Okay, awesome.
So it's 1-1-1-1.
Yeah,
each of them have a win, and there's a double count out.
Just keep going, man. Just keep going. Oh, I love it. I love
Next
every
one should be a
second.
takeover.
Yeah,
Or the decisive one should be a takeover.
Should be.
After that, we had a brief Street Profits promo talking about how they want their titles back. It's going to happen next week.
Good
At least
stuff.
the match, the opportunity to get them back, going to happen next week.
Yeah, not really a build here. So I wonder, I mean, I don't know how likely it seems. I mean, the dynamic with the Undisputed Era would be interesting if everybody but Cole had that title, or had their titles, rather. There'd be all sorts of different dynamics that'd be interesting there.
Yeah. After that, the Dakota Kai returns.
Yeah, she looked great.
Yeah, and you could tell she was obviously emotional about the reception she received from the Full Sail crowd.
Yeah, it was terrific.
It was pretty awesome. She took on Tanara.
New, very clean-looking white gear. Looked great.
Decent match. Tanara Conti has really improved.
Yeah, she has.
From her first appearance on the first Mae Young Classic.
Pretty much in everything she does.
Yeah.
Like all the character
No,
stuff.
the character
too.
stuff's good.
It's really good, yeah.
She's managed to find a good middle ground between her, was it jiu-jitsu background, I believe?
Is that
Or
what it
judo.
is? Yeah.
And the pro wrestling stuff.
Yeah, sure.
The character works pretty good.
Yeah.
Wasn't enough to defeat Dakota Kai, though.
Nope. She won with a GTK.
Yeah,
Go to
so-
kick. What do you think of that? Oh, not huge on the name, huh?
No, it's not the name. The name's fine. I thought her other finisher was really cool.
I don't like this finisher. It looks too clunky. And on top of that, like, what was her
It looks
issue
like
was
has no impact behind
she
it.
was out for a knee, right? Because of-
ACL.
an ACL.
That's why she had the huge knee brace.
Do you really want to be putting people up on your shoulders all that
Other
often?
than flinging that leg out for someone to land on it.
Yeah.
Her old finish was awesome.
No, I know. I agree. No, I'm with you on that one. Go to kick.
I don't mind the name.
I'm not huge on the name either. Cathy Kelley's up there. She announces Imperium versus some sort of Team Kushida.
Time Cops.
Time Cops. She didn't say that. It was a surprise.
Too bad that Breezango doesn't have like some sort of robber gimmick and maybe the Time Bandits.
Oh, that's good.
That's a great time travel
the
movie.
opposite, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Maybe Imperium should change their name and change their gimmick to Time Traveling Robbers. Time Bandits versus Time
That's
Cops.
a really huge swing and gimmick. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. You know me, I like random. That's a very AAA thing, though, I feel. I'm not sure they want to do it. They'd have to get all new tracksuits made up. Or
Yeah.
just add ski masks.
Yeah.
And the flex capacitor.
Well, no, it should be from a different movie. Like, what do they use in Looper to travel through time?
Oh, it's this big clunky oven-looking thing. Yeah.
What about? I'm trying to remember in Time Bandits how they do it. I don't remember how they do it in Time.
How did he
Bandits.
do it in? Well, Demolition Man was just hibernation. It's not really time travel.
No, they should do it like they did in Primer, where you just climb into a box.
Well, it's essentially what Looper is, but it's like a bigger one.
Yeah, no, Looper.
Wasn't Looper was like in a storage facility with like a cardboard box,
Yeah.
like a bunch of wires.
Primer was, yeah.
Primer, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they should do. Or like that Doritos commercial,
What Doritos commercial?
where the kid makes the time machine.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
gets
yeah.
The adult to
Yeah,
give
"You're
him his
so old."
Doritos, and comes out, and this is the old neighbor complaining.
Yeah,
That's just a cardboard box.
I mean, Quantum Leap. That was just
like a capsule.
Blue energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was a whole room to send you leaping. What other devices? There's got to be other devices in time.
Well, there's the
travel.
Enterprise. You just go around the sun really fast and you time travel. Or Superman. He spins the Earth the opposite way.
You gotta be great. Jason Marcus is not a fan of the GTK finish either. They should call it the BTK. Bind, torture, kick. Why am I laughing? That guy was horrible. Moving on. Matt Riddle versus Killian Dane. Oh, street fight.
Street fight. For a street fight, the match started out in the ring. A lot of action in ring. Matt Riddle early on wanted to get a submission victory, seemingly. Killian Dane just wanted to beat up Matt Riddle. They first exit the ring area, and they're brawling back towards the tech section where all the technical stuff is for broadcast and lights and whatnot. And while they're over there brawling, Killian Dane splashes Matt Riddle through a wall.
W.S. Fletcher says no Terminator reference.
Yeah,
What
they time
did they
traveled.
use in Terminator, though?
Lightning.
Yeah, did we ever see an initiation of the... I mean, I've only seen the first two. I don't think they've shown it being initiated, though.
I don't
Did
recall.
they?
That's only when you arrive.
I only see when he arrives naked. Like RVD. In a pool with like 5 women. Wow.
Goodness. So we go to commercial from that spot. We come back. They're brawling in the stands. And then Riddle hits a Broton on Killian, puts him through a table. They work their way back to the ring. Matt Riddle holds the chair, and then like this, and then puts it down. And as he turns to put it down, Killian Dane hits him with a fun splash.
Yeah, that was good.
And then Dane hits 3 Vader bombs, which I beat Matt Riddle last time, but only gets a 2 count. And then Dane puts the chair on Matt Riddle's chest, hits it with the kendo stick, goes up for a Vader bomb. Riddle gets up, hits Dane with the chair, power bombs him, tosses the chair to Dane, hits a V trigger. That only gets a 2 count, though.
2.
Riddle puts the chair on Dane, hits him with the kendo stick, and then the stick, he hits him, lets go of the kendo stick, and it bounces up in the air and gets caught. The handle part gets caught in his hair.
Yeah.
While the tip of it rests against the ropes. So he's like, all right, grabs it.
I feel like that kind of stuff happens, the fortuitous accident thing happens a lot in Matt Riddle's just general life. He seems like the kind of guy who just nature revolves around him in that respect, It's like the milkshake falls off the counter and he catches it with his knee or something.
Well, no, he catches it like this, and all the milkshake that had fallen out of the cup goes right back into the cup.
Exactly, yeah.
Something like that. Where was I? So he hits him again. Dane's hitting him with some strikes. Riddle counters one of them with a Fujiwara armbar. And Dane taps out, kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah. Camera didn't even capture it because we're
no, it was
behind
on the opposite side. I know.
Yeah.
I know. So the ref goes over and says, no, he tapped. That's it. So Matt Riddle will face Adam Cole next week for the NXT title. Adam Cole comes down the ring while Matt Riddle's collecting himself. He starts getting in Matt Riddle's face, saying, "You're not my league. You don't deserve this. You're not going to win." He starts pointing his finger at Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle grabs his arm. Fujiwara armbar for Adam Cole. Cole's out there tapping.
It's funny, too, because his scream was this close to being like a Wilhelm scream. I swear he, pitched his voice high or something.
Maybe.
It was great.
That's interesting that Riddle employed that versus the Bro Mission.
Yeah.
Because the Bro Mission is so different than anything else anybody does. Yeah. And I like that he drops the elbows on people when he's doing that. But anyways.
Rebecca English here in chat says, prop walls are so lame. Man, I love prop walls.
I love me a good prop wall.
Me too. They can never make those things look real. That's for sure.
It's great.
It's like they're in front of it and you just see behind them it's like a different color black than all the other walls.
Yeah, that's obviously a prop wall. I don't care though.
I love it, man. I think it's great.
So Cole's in the armbar, Undisputed Era run of the ring, chase Matt Riddle off. He's on the ramp. End USA broadcast. We start the network broadcast with Adam Cole selling armbar. Undisputed Era is kind of bickering between the four of them.
They're all just whining about Matt Riddle.
Yeah, I know.
He's like, I think my hand is broke. He broke my hand. I can't do it anymore. They're like, I know.
Bummer, man. Then we get a Kushida Imperium recap. Then Rhea Ripley taking on Caden Carter.
FKA.
Lacey Lane.
Man, she is such a well-designed wrestler.
I know.
I love good design.
She's really fluid.
I know. She's really good.
I kind of like Lacey Lane as a name better, though.
There's a lot of Lacey's, man.
I know, but...
Lacey Evans.
I know.
There's another one, right?
I don't think that's it.
There's Lacey. I thought there was another Lacey.
No, I think that's it.
Just talking about my wife, I guess.
I guess so.
Her name's Lacey also.
Anyways, you get used to it.
Yeah. Caden Carter's not the worst name in the world.
No, it's not.
It's not as bad as Viking Raiders. What are they called? War Raiders?
Well, first it was Viking Experience. That's way worse. Ivar and Eric are way worse.
At this point, it's just Viking Raiders, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. That's terrible.
Should be War Machine. What if it was a Viking Machine? That'd be a cool name.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really
Viking
cool.
Machine.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Very contradiction right there.
Kind of, yeah.
Because Vikings, they were dullards. They didn't have any machines.
I don't know if they had any machines, but I don't know if you'd necessarily call them dullards.
I mean, they're probably smarter. They got along. They did a lot of stuff without machines.
Exactly.
So yeah, maybe
they navigated the seas effectively.
Sans machines.
Yeah, like 1000.
Good
AD.
point. But apologies to Vikings.
I mean, they did a lot of awful stuff. So.
Yeah, I take it back then. No apology for you. Lacey Von Erich.
Yeah, but she's not in NXT.
Yeah, she's not in NXT.
So Caden Carter lays into Rhea Ripley with a drop kick right as the bell rings.
Yeah, she's
already sprinting. Boom. Hits a few strikes. And then Rhea hits a drop kick of her own. She has the upper hand for a while. And then Carter hits a couple of awesome Ranas and this crazy kick out of a roll-up to kind of get the upper hand a little bit, but at the end of the day, Rhea Ripley drops her with Riptide, gets the win.
That's a cool name, Rhea Riptide.
Yeah, that would be a cool name, huh?
Yeah.
This whole episode's about renaming wrestlers, apparently.
Pretty much. Sergio says, I wonder if I order a Going in Raw anniversary shirt sticker pack, if it'll arrive before next Friday. Probably. I'm going to do my darndest to get a lot of these sent out, over the next couple days. I forget where Sergio C. I know I've sent him stuff before.
Mm-hmm.
Forget where he lives. If you live in here in California, it's very possible.
Yeah.
Very likely.
Next, we had ONeil, Orkin, and Danny Birch taking on Everrise. It's Martel and Parker, the team that hugged a lot we saw a couple weeks back.
Yeah, they didn't do all the hugging and stuff.
They got a new name, too.
Because I was like, ooh, I recognize the fleur-de-lis.
Yeah.
I thought they're going to be hugging and stuff.
No, they're like intense now.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's not as good.
No, it's not.
They obviously like these guys, though, because it's like twice in the last month they've been on TV.
I know. What's up with that? It's weird.
I don't know either. Anyways, as expected, it was a relatively competitive match, but Orkin and Birch, they won with their finisher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
And we get a quick shot of Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green sitting ringside based on their Twitter activity. They're going to be a tag team.
Yeah, that's cool. I wish they would bring those tag championships to, man, they just need to have, look, I love Nikki Cross and I like Alexa Bliss. I think they're both terrific. Have them drop those titles to the Kabuki Warriors and have them be like journeymen. They like go from promotion to promotion, defending their titles from territory to territory. Have them take them to Evolve and stuff like that.
That'd be cool.
That'd be so cool.
That would be cool.
That'd be the coolest thing.
That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool.
Because I think we're all just waiting for Alexa to turn on Nikki anyway.
Yeah, I know.
After that, we had Cameron Grimes. He had a bit more of a packaging, like in terms of his video, his Tron and stuff. I don't remember all the wood stuff. Maybe I'm wrong about this.
Yeah, I think
last week
was
it all there?
Yeah.
All right.
I think since post breakout tournament, the branding's been there.
You know what I appreciate about him right now, though, is that whatever this current iteration of Trevor Lee is, he's got the intensity bug. I'm not sure. Maybe they realize that because I really loved him in terms of the comedy. He sort of did. I mean, not straight up comedy. But he had definitely a comedic, cowardly heel thing going for him in Impact.
Yeah.
I really like his stuff in Impact. Don't get me wrong. I think it's tons of personality. But I just wonder if they think that the intensity guy is going to do more, is going to do better there in NXT.
I wish they'd introduce him as it'd be great if they introduced him as TNA superstar Trevor Lee.
Again, see, that's exactly what I'm saying is probably not a great idea.
No, that is a great idea. 'Cause it was hilarious to do that in PWG.
It was hilarious when
it
did
was
that.
a heat magnet.
It was.
It was great.
Impact superstar Trevor Lee.
So funny. That was great.
That level of self-awareness you don't
So
get very
good.
often.
I know. So bell rings. Raul Mendoza charges after Cameron Grimes. Grimes goes for the immediate double stomp. Mendoza escapes.
Yeah, but dude, he escaped under him, wasn't it? Like
under and around, yeah.
Cameron Grimes has a vertical on him. That was crazy.
And then he starts going after Cameron Grimes' left arm. There's this crazy move Raul Mendoza did where it's like a springboard, kind of flip takeover right into a headlock.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it was neat.
Cameron Grimes hits that kind of standing moonsault power slam. I think he saw him do against ACH in the finals of the breakout tournament. Only gets a 2, but in the end, Cameron Grimes wins with double stomp.
Yeah, he got it.
They got high hopes for Cameron Grimes.
I hope so, man. You and I are both big fans of
he's
Trevor
good.
Lee.
He's good.
Yeah.
Main event, Imperium taking on Kushida and Mystery Partners. It was Breezango.
It was just Breezango.
It was Breezango.
We should have saw that coming. Because yesterday we were speculating on, okay, who's he going to be? And, it was like, well, what's the most Taguchi Japan thing there is? Well, ACH, Jordan Miles, he was in Taguchi Japan. And then I forget who else we mentioned.
I think I said Pete Dunne.
Yeah, well, Pete Dunne, he's got history with Imperium.
Yeah.
But no, it was literally the most. If these guys went to New Japan, they'd be in Taguchi Japan.
Yes, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Breezango.
I can't get enough of what's his faces of Fandango's hip.
So good. His crotch thrusting.
Oh my God, it's so funny. It kills me every time.
It is. So Kushida starts the match against Bartel, I think. And then he tags in Fandango. Breeze comes in. He's the one that gets worked over by Imperium. Like 70% of this match is Tyler Breeze getting beat up by Imperium and trying to get the tag.
While Kushida and Fandango are like arguing with the ref.
Yeah. And Fandango's grinding his hips. At one point, Breeze tries to get the hot tag, and then he's intercepted by Marcel Bartel. He gets between Breeze and his corner. Another time, he tries to get the hot tag. Wolf and Eichner go around to the face team's corner and pulls Fandango and Kushida off the apron. Eventually, though, Tyler Breeze does get the tag to Fandango. He clears the ring, hits a tope and all of Imperium. And while he's bouncing off the ropes to go for the tope, Kushida tags himself in. So he's in with Bartel. He has a drop kick, a DDT, puts him in a cross arm breaker. That's broken up by Imperium. And then there's a lot of brawling ringside. Kushida takes Imperium out of the equation with a double handspring heel kick. And then he rolls up Bartel for the win. Kushida goes up to the top of the ramp to celebrate, talks some trash to Imperium. He turns around. Walter lays him out with a giant boot.
Yeah.
And then Imperium stands tall over Kushida to end the show.
Looking forward to that Kushida-Walter match, but I am not. I'm not into the idea. I told you this before cameras rolling. Imperium is a unit. They're a machine, right? They're together all the time.
Yeah.
They are very respectful of that ring, whatever that means.
Sacred and stuff.
Yeah. Kushida just finds these clowns backstage, and they get the win? I am not happy about that, man.
At least Breezango.
Bartel looked like a fool.
Yeah,
that dude took two ugly looking. Like when he flips out of the ring, oh boy, I think he's gonna kill himself.
What I told you was okay. I don't disagree with that. If that's the case, then Wolf should have taken that pin because he's the newest addition to the whole thing.
Sure, yeah.
And at least and I'll say this: yes, Kushida found a couple of dudes to help him out, but those couple of dudes are an established tag team at least.
Yeah,
he's the new
bad
element
point.
of the equation.
If it was like Jordan Miles and the Bruiserweight and Kushida, they're literally just thrown together. Yes. Fair enough.
And Kushida, he's been in his fair share of 6-man tag matches in New Japan. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, that's good. He is a master of the 6-man tag.
So,
and there was a lot of good little comedy bits in there. Kushida doing some dancing, and then apparently there was some more shenanigans after the cameras went up. So that's good stuff.
It was fun. Let's talk NXT UK. The first shot we see is Tyler Bate and Trent Seven entering arena.
Select.
And then the first match was Oliver Carter versus Leggero.
Oh man, Leggero, Oliver Carter. Oh man, Oliver Carter was ready for his first win.
Not going to happen.
Didn't get it. I thought for sure, man. I was like, okay, this is it. He's had a video package of at least him talking. Leggero's coming out.
It's like, the first match didn't go the way I wanted to. I'm ready to pick up my first win.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
No. Leggero picks up the win. Springboard DDT and even kicked him in the head before the DDT for good measure, apparently.
Sorry, Oliver.
Is Oliver Carter going to get another promo next week? It's like, all right, first two matches. Maybe this is the Calabac thing where he keeps re-debuting.
It's like, I saw this guy on WCW named Calabac. If he can read the butt, I can read the butt.
Maybe. Better luck next time, Oliver.
It could be.
Next week, this is the best part of the whole show. Walter's at the United Kingdom Performance Center.
Yeah.
And like he's lecturing some students that are ringside. He goes, all right, I'm going to get in the ring and do some instructing.
Well, no, he starts off like he comes into like a side office or something. He's like, come here, look at this now. And so he goes back into the Performance Center, and that's where he sees them, and they're all joking around. Right?
Yeah.
One of them apparently, I think Matthew from Botchamania tweeted out that one of them is, God, what is the promotion? It's like NCL, and he's like their champion.
Oh, okay.
In England somewhere.
Gotcha. So there's some students ringside, and they're all joking around, and then he starts berating them and lecturing them. He says, all right, let's get in the ring. Let's see what you got.
North Wrestling.
And then there's a couple guys in there doing some practice.
Oh, sweet. The North NCL champion is on NXT UK. Let's have a watch. And oh yeah. It's Walter.
So he's the one that gets pushed out of the ring or chop.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of students, and they do a bit where they're like doing an arm bar, and someone kips out and stuff. And they're both standing up, and they do a little quick low five. Mm-hmm. And the Walter's like, no, steps in, chops the heck out of that guy, annihilates him, and then pushes the other one out of the ring.
Yeah.
And he says, what are you people doing, not taking this seriously?
Yeah. You don't take this seriously enough. Look what I do to you now.
And he says, this is why I'm going to be champion forever. Because no one takes this seriously.
You see? This is why I'm going to be champion forever.
Oh, that was great. Oh, man.
That was pretty terrific.
He's just like legit menacing.
I love it.
Does it with ease.
I love it.
Oh, he's so good.
Because he has that natural, like, brow that comes down.
I know.
And his face gets all scrunched up.
He's got a natural scowl on his face.
He does.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh,
it's
man.
So good. You see the pictures he put up with him, and I would guess his girlfriend or wife. His
Yeah.
significant other. That was so funny.
He's probably the chillest dude.
Oh, man. He's probably great to hang out with.
He's probably hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me tell you something. He doesn't even, it's funny. During this segment, I noticed he didn't have as much of an accent when he was talking to these guys as he does when he gets on the mic in the ring. And I don't know. There might be some sort of difference in terms of his comfortability. I don't know.
Maybe in the ring he wants to project more or something.
It could be. It could be any number of things. But that was interesting. It was like, yeah, look over here now.
Yeah, it was very subtle.
It was.
Next, Tyler Bate promo. He just came out to say that he's not done in NXT UK yet. Jordan Devlin interrupts. Says, yeah, everybody was talking about your match against Walter. Everybody's super impressed by it. I wasn't impressed. That should have been me in that main event.
Yep.
And he says, I'm the only man who has what it takes to beat Walter, not a boy.
Yeah.
And then Bate threatens to put Jordan Devlin on his butt. And then Devlin's like,
whoa. So Bate starts walking up the ramp, and he's like,
I'm not going to worry about this now.
Very casually walks away.
Very much so.
So I wonder, I don't know. I think it's probably too soon, but I wonder if they're going to have, if they're going to repeat the OTT Jordan Devlin Walter thing.
Maybe.
How he's going to be the guy that takes it off him.
Maybe.
If him and Tyler Bate have just a stellar match.
Oh, yeah.
And it really, makes the case for him. I could see that maybe being the case.
The springboard for something.
On the other hand, Walter just said he's going to be champion forever. So
and who are we to argue with him?
Exactly. Who are we to argue with?
I really
Walter?
don't feel like I'm in a position to debate
Nope.
Walter on the length of his title run. It's seemingly entirely up to Walter how long he's going to hold that belt. Next, the Tegan Knox video package. They've revisited her injury from the second Mae Young Classic, her recuperation, her rehabilitation. And then next week, she gets a title shot against Kaylee Ray.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I mean, I don't know how long she's going to be in UK, or they're going to bring her over to NXT proper. This
I
is
don't
sort
know.
of I don't know.
The next, Nina Samuels versus Danny Luna. Commentary is making a point how Nina Samuels was having a hard time settling on a style and approach in the ring.
A little late in the game for that, right?
Yeah, no.
Trying to be a title contender?
I know, and then you're in a competitive match against Danny Luna, someone who hasn't been on TV yet.
Right. Danny Luna was vicious, man.
Yeah, man.
She was throwing Nina Samuels around.
Yeah.
Like, they need to swap spots. Nina Samuels should be the one who's, like, not on TV.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And then they got to decide what they're going to call her finishing move, because at first they call it the final act, and then after that they said the curtain call.
Both really great names. I understand why they'd have a problem with it. It's really, you put it up on a community tab poll, it's going to get 50-50. Let's frank.
Oh, let's check what this Matt Chat poll is at right now.
Where will Matt Chat land? Find out
looking
now.
Looking like on Sunday, after about 244 votes, Sunday's in the lead.
60-40.
Roughly.
Interesting. Well, there you go.
Roughly. And finally, main event, Noam Dar versus Trent Seven. This was a fun match.
Yeah, it was.
Towards the end, Noam Dar looks and sees Trent Seven's towel draped over the turnbuckle. While Trent's selling, Dar grabs it, blows his nose with it, then wipes his armpits with it, and then shoves it down his pants in the front area.
Yeah, man.
That's disrespectful.
He's been watching too many of those Joey Ryan matches, evidently, where everything revolves around the hog
front
zone.
Area, the hog pen, yes. So Noam Dar goes for his finisher, the Nova Roller. Trent responds with a huge clothesline.
That was rad.
Yeah, man.
He took him out of the middle there. That was great.
That was great. And then Trent just starts going off on Noam Dar. Noam Dar is like all up in the ropes, and Trent Seven just keeps punching him. And the ref's like, "Hey, stop!" Does a 5 count. Trent doesn't stop. Ref calls for the DQ. Dar escapes. He's up on the ramp. He's posing with the towel. He holds up the British Strong Style logo, kisses it. That thing was touching his front area.
Oh, but it's his front area, so it's all good.
No, this thing is super sweaty.
Yeah, but it's his sweat. Like, as long as look, number one, it's not like there's the duty on it because he didn't have it down the bottom. He had it in the front.
My point is,
as long as he showers, he's good.
Yeah, if he showered right after he did duty. Because, like, if he shoved it down there and he did duty and didn't shower afterwards and put the towel down there and get sweaty, things start moving around back there once you introduce fluid into the situation. I mean, so who's to say there's not duty bacteria that gets up on the chode area where towel meets potentially?
I'm just saying, I'm assuming, if he's like most normal people, you drop the doozy in the morning and then you do a shower to make sure you're fresh and clean going to work so you're not smelling like a doo-doo. Right, so I'm thinking he does the same thing.
No, I'm not going to speculate.
Noam Dar, it feels like is the kind of guy who showers like 3 times a day.
Could be
because he always wants to be fresh.
Could be entirely possible.
So I'm sure his front area is relatively clean enough for him to kiss.
One could hope. Finally, 205 Live kicks off with a really good Drew Gulak promo talking about his match in the future against Lio Rush.
He says, I have a stronger grip on this title now than I ever have.
Yeah. Continues to evolve. I think he mentions ONeil Orkin because he has a match against him and Danny Birch in the main event.
Yeah.
Then we get a Singh Brothers promo.
Yeah. They're talking about Bollywood and acting and how they're almost going to be ready and they're going to be the best tag team 205 Live has ever seen.
Yeah. First match of the day, Humberto Carrillo taking on his cousin, Angel Garza.
Sorry, people are... Maybe Noam Dar uses crop preserver.
That's entirely possible. I thought that too.
Maybe he manscapes.
Maybe it could be if it's manscaped and it's fresh and clean, then fine.
Then that towel is cleaner than,
It's cleaner than the air we breathe.
Cleaner than a freshly wiped down Denny's booth table.
Oh, dear.
Not saying much.
No. This was a really fun match. And
it was like 20 minutes long.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of just the tip of the iceberg what these guys could probably really do.
Yeah, I felt like it was almost at 70% speed. Like I feel like they could have, it's like they need to do a AAA match where there's no selling. It's just you do your move. I'm going to run and do my move. You run and do your move.
Move. So the finish, Garza was a little too over aggressive. Charges towards Carrillo. Carrillo gets out of the way, so Angel hits ring post shoulder first. To the mat he goes. Carrillo hits Aztec press to get the win.
Yeah.
Really fun match.
Yeah, no, it was.
There's that great spot where Carrillo had Angel in like some sort of pendulum submission move, and then Angel reversed it into the same move. That was really cool.
That was cool. We also got a lot of Aiden English talking about what he's going to get Umberto Carrillo for his birthday.
That was funny.
Clearly, it was not his birthday.
I know. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was really good stuff.
Aiden English has actually gotten really, really good.
He has, and it bums me out that he's like, look, man, if you're going to put Vic Joseph and Dio Madden on Raw, instead of Lawler, just put Aiden English there.
Yeah, I know.
He's got the chemistry with them.
I know.
He's fine. He's good.
I know. It's taken a little while, but he's gotten to the point where he's gotten a really good rhythm, and they have good chemistry, the three of them together.
I know. They seem like they're having fun, which is what you want.
I know. And they call the match, Like everything Aiden English does, especially with Carrillo, where he's going on about how handsome he is, it doesn't distract from him calling the match.
Right. Yeah. No, it's good stuff, man.
Yeah. I mean, apparently Lawler's only supposed to be a short-term thing. Maybe they just think this is the only rationale I can think of that makes sense, because having Lawler on the team now that he's awful, he's not good. He's not good at commentary.
He doesn't really know how to not be inappropriate.
Yes.
And he tries to figure that out.
Like seeming on air.
On air.
You can
and
see
it's awkward.
The gears turning.
See the hamster wheel going.
Yeah. He's not good at commentary anymore. And it's going to be a distraction because I feel like Vic and Dio are going to be really solid. But apparently, we'll get to this in news brief too, I'm sure. Pro Wrestling Sheet, him being there is a short-term thing. Maybe just think with two relatively new names, they need someone that fans are familiar with early on to pay attention to Raw or something. I don't know.
Look, any explanation we come up with is a stretch because there's zero logic to it. I really don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against Jerry Lawler. He did what he did back in the day, during the Attitude Era when that was what you were supposed to do. I get it. But if you just objectively, if you listen to him, the last couple times he's been on commentary, I even like him as like a panelist. I think he has a place within WWE, but him
commentary desk just isn't
at
it?
A commentary desk, it's not good. He's just not good. I'll be honest. I was talking about this off camera too. I mean, the proof will be in the pudding, I guess, but I kind of feel the same way about JR,
Yeah.
It's like they really do need to either put Shivani there with him because I think Shivani will be fine.
I think that's the plan going forward for TV.
I hope so. I really do hope so. But it's like I understand the appeal, but JR is like a lot better than Lawler. Like JR can at least... he does bring something to it.
He might not be as familiar as we would like with the names of moves or names of wrestlers, but I think he still understands the story being told and the emotional beats that need to be hit to convey the story being told.
I just don't really know what all that brings to it. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know. After that match, we had a Brian Kendrick interview that was pretty good. He said there's an epidemic of disrespect happening in the locker room.
He makes a good point here. He's a revolutionary.
Yeah. He said if there's no Brian Kendrick, there wouldn't be a 205 Live.
Yeah.
He said he's mad he hasn't gotten a title shot in 3 years.
Which is, again,
good point.
Good point.
And he said the reason he attacked Akira Tozawa is because he's discovered that he's infected like the rest of the locker room.
Martian plague.
Oh, dear.
Martian plague. Somebody's been watching.
Oh, dear.
So then we had ONeil, Orkin, and Danny Birch, which I love that they never gave them a tag team name.
I know. This is Orkin and Birch.
Yeah. And I was actually surprised. I didn't know this was Danny Birch's first time at 205.
I think so. It could be.
They said that during commentary.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. They said it during commentary, so I assume it's true.
I think so, because I don't remember him being there. Remember that one time when they were in the United Kingdom and there was like 8 members of the before it was NXT UK.
Yeah.
Of the presumptive United Kingdom roster that showed up on 205. Mark Andrews was there. Tyler Bate was there. This is when Tyler Bate lost to Enzo or something like that, right?
Oh God, yeah. Let's try to forget that.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a really fun match. It seemed like Gulak in particular was having a lot of fun because he was doing a lot more trash talk than normal.
Yeah.
And Gulak and Tony Nese had matching gear. They're simpatico. They're on the same team.
Yeah, man, synergy.
Yes. However,
Simpatico is such a great word.
It is. However, not enough to pick up the win. ONeil, Orkin, and Danny Birch wins after they hit their finisher. Birch actually is the one that gets the pin on Tony Nese.
Yeah.
Kind of surprising.
Well, yeah. It's a big debut for him.
Oh, obviously.
Big debut.
Obviously. I guess they're really putting it out there that Tony Nese's weak link of team. Another reason for Gulak to eventually turn on him again.
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll get this one right, and Tony Nese will be solid babyface.
Maybe.
Strong babyface.
Maybe.
I don't know. We got some mail here. Somebody sent us something from the WWE Shop.
They did.
Shop thing. WWE Shop Marketplace. I wonder if that's different than the WWE Shop.
I don't know. Do they have like a Amazon Marketplace?
Yeah, maybe. Where people just sell their random stuff.
I have a hard time believing WWE is going to allow people to sell their random stuff. But.
Well, it has to be. It's vetted. It has to be WWE related.
Okay.
But I don't know. Let's see here. Anything in here? Sold to Hugh Christie. I don't know if you're allowed to put a message on this or whatever.
I don't know.
Oh, this is cool. Look at this, man.
Oh, Devil Vince puppet?
Oh,
that's
it's a Devil
awesome.
Vince puppet.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much. This is from Zach Lemaster.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow. A wrestling anthology, Kayfabe.
Oh, what is that?
Like a comic book.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
That's so neat. I definitely want to check that out.
Thank you, Zach.
Oh, thank you very much. I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah.
May I see it, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's cool.
Looks like there's some cool stuff in there.
Wow.
On to questions. Gregory Faella. John Morrison back with WB. Where should he go? 205 Live, man. I imagine if John Morrison's on 205 Live.
He's a big, big star, man.
Exactly.
He's main evented with The Miz and John Cena.
I understand all that.
Put him back up there in the Universal title scene, man. Yeah. He's a lot of money. You know where he won't be going? AEW.
That's true. That's probably the primary reason they signed him. Poke. Dominic Walter Mysterio is the Time Bandit.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Go to the Discord. Okay. Let's see. What are you doing?
Put on the other hand. Put on the other hand, and then that way you have your mouse hand available to actually do mouse. Devil Vince. That's hilarious.
Wait, am I doing this wrong? Am I doing this wrong? Let's see here. Alex C says, I still think Kushida's partners should have been past and future Kushida. Remember when they had that little Kushida? Jimmy Thomas, with Idol doing NXT Prime full time, who's going to replace him on UK?
Good question.
Well, UK still does their tapings
Monthly.
Monthly.
Depending on the schedule, he could still do it.
I mean, it's possible for him to do it.
Get Cassius Ohno to go out there and do commentary, and he has a match. He just gets off commentary and goes has his match.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I'd totally be down for that. I want one other like UK legends, possibly in like
Robbie
Nigel.
Brookside.
There you go.
I don't know, or get Finley to do it.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be good. Let's see here.
Jurgen Johnson and Johnson's. Do you think that the wrestlers will have more leeway in the matches on the first episode of Fox to get a little crazy, and then also do you think they'll just fall back to the usual conservative main roster matches?
Can I put this still in like the news brief open?
All right.
RED in the
I don't know if they're going to give a leeway to do anything out of the ordinary for the first episode on Fox. I'd be surprised. I don't think we're going to, unless it's Mysterio doing it.
Yeah.
Well, he's on Raw. Are we seeing any Canadian destroyers or anything like that? Definitely no pile drivers.
Well, no, I mean, I don't think they're gonna. Anything we've seen over the past 12 months, I think is fair game. I mean, they've done Canadian destroyers plenty, and I think that him
Just
and
Ray.
Andrade.
Just Ray.
Well, yeah, Ray and Andrade.
Yeah. That's why I said outside of Ray, I don't think anybody's be doing Canadian destroyers.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a are you qualified thing. That's a good point.
No, I think it definitely is.
You think it is?
I think it's on the main roster. I think it's a trust issue.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, but they have to. Okay, like Buddy Murphy. They're not gonna let Buddy Murphy do it. Hasn't Buddy Murphy done it before?
I don't remember.
I don't know if Buddy Murphy's gonna be on TV though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Shane McCarthy. Who do you guys think will win in the 3 title matches on next week's NXT?
I'm saying Undisputed Era wins both their matches and Candice wins her match. What do you say?
I say Redragon retains. Candice probably wins, and right now it's 50-50 in my mind as far as the title. Lord Ziffer, do you think the Undisputed Prophecy was only built up to have a 2-week run? I think chances are high that Riddle wins next week's. Thoughts? I don't think it's a certainty that Cole retains at all.
I'm going to say that I think it'd be weird if they just did a 2-week draped in gold prophecy thing. But again, like I said, they're I don't know. I'm going to be rooting for Adam Cole because I want them to remain draped in gold.
Demas Perez. So since the Wednesday Night Wars will start soon, who from NXT or AEW be the first to jump ship in puffy shirt or no? Ideally, yes.
Ideally, yes, obviously. There's a precedent for that. From NXT. So here's the thing about NXT. Their women's division is pretty stacked. And it wouldn't surprise me if there were some names that could actually do better from the women's division in AEW's women's division, which I kind of personally don't feel is all that stacked.
Yeah.
I think, so for example, when because Britt Baker was on NXT TV like a small, one or two times.
Yeah.
She's somebody who maybe might have not had as much shine in NXT as AEW.
But she's a chance to be a real standout in AEW, yeah.
So I think there's people like, and granted, they were actually on TV this week in the crowd, Chelsea Green and Deonna Purrazzo. So they've, maybe they've got plans for them. I hope they do.
I hope so too.
But there's other people down the line a little bit that might be like, hey, you know what? This isn't. I'm not sure how much time on TV I'm going to get. I could actually do a lot better in AEW.
Yeah.
I feel like their women's division is probably a bit more stacked with people who aren't being used.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like Lacey Lane. Lacey Lane could do wonders in AEW.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how quickly she's going to really be a mainstay on NXT TV.
I know. Wolfpack for Life, the show The Masked Singer on Fox changed their final songs moment to the SmackDown, and a graphic for SmackDown popped up. How would you like other shows to advertise wrestling?
Oh, The Masked Singer. That's what that is. I remember that now. That's like where they have a celebrity come out in a mask and sing, and they have to figure out who it is or if they're any good or something like that. Like Terry Crews is on one or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Seems like a weird show.
Yeah, they're just reaching for ideas these days.
What's some other Fox shows?
I don't know.
Okay, well, the Orville. That's on Fox.
Yeah, they go back in time and become wrestlers.
Old-timey wrestlers, turn the century.
Yeah, but of course, a WWE superstar, guest stars, and it's probably Braun Strowman. He's already done that once.
Yeah.
In that one movie with Will Ferrell.
What about...
What's on Fox?
I don't know anything on Fox.
I mean, you do the head Bret Hart on The Simpsons. Rerun that episode.
There you go.
Fox TV schedule.
Have Seth Rollins on The Family Guy. I feel like he would like that show.
I think he would too. Oh, it's hilarious.
Max Zero, will we ever get a training montage with Walter Mysterio and his dad?
I don't want live TV. I want the schedule, please. I don't know. Maybe. They seem to not really be addressing the fact that Walter's dad is Rey Mysterio.
I know.
So I'm not sure how much. Let's see here.
James Fletcher, who will be the biggest debut on NXT out of all the new guys? Which new guys?
Define new.
Yeah, I don't know who the new guys are.
Who will be the biggest debut on NXT out of all the new? Oh, maybe he means the breakout people.
Oh.
They've already been trickling in. So far, it's Cameron Grimes.
Yeah.
The biggest thing.
We need to see more Dexter Loomis, though.
We do. I wonder how big his debut is going to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to say, Thursday. That's why. Primetime schedule.
There you go. Nothing. No primetime schedule.
They don't have primetime TV anymore. They've got a Pinterest show. They have a Pinterest channel.
Oh, wow.
On a page, rather.
Yeah. Gloria Steve Klain, hey, friendos, do you think just showing the first hour of NXT will hurt the product in the long run? This is the last week it's happening. Just because of suits.
Yeah. I think that next week they're going to have a... Look at that guy. They're going to have like a takeover level thing, and it's going to re-kick it off.
Yeah. Kevin Kurnow, out of the current NXT Women's Undercard, Tanara, Xia Li, Monique Jenkins, Lacey Lane, Deonna Purrazzo, Chelsea Green, who will have success first?
They have separate genres for action and adventure. Usually they're like the same.
One and the
thing.
same.
Yeah.
So out of Tanara, Xia Li, Monique Jenkins, Lacey Lane, Deonna Purrazzo, or Chelsea Green, who will have success first?
Well, Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green are obviously linked together because they're a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if that's the they've been on TV, so I'm going to say them. They're in the crowd.
Yeah.
So that's big for them.
Yeah, I'd probably say them as well.
Although I'm not sure who they're going to be fighting.
I don't know either. Vanessa Bourne and Aaliyah.
Yeah, there you go. Every week. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Basic King Eric Blaha, what are the chances that we see something catastrophic on live TV as AEW and NXT try to outdo each other with death-defying spots?
The chances for that for AEW are far greater than NXT.
Yeah.
Those Young Bucks need to, and they've even said they need to slow things down a little bit.
But
that's right. They brought back like the OG cast for 90210. That's weird.
Oh dear. Empire still on?
Yeah. Terrence Howard had like a funny wig. Because I think his character was written off for a spell. I think. I just saw some. All my knowledge for Empire is either from fans of it on Twitter, or 50 Cent, who always compares Empire to his show Power.
Oh, yeah.
He says he wants to come in and replace that show because I think it's like in his last season. Let's see here. Comedy. What comedy shows?
Max Zero, now that Morrison is coming back, should he face Gargano for the nickname Johnny Nicknames? Battle of Johnny Nicknames. That'd be pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Alex Foster, what games would you like to play with Walter? Any type of game. I want to play Stratego.
I don't know any of these shows. With Walter, you get destroyed in Stratego.
Man. I said this.
Anytime you think you have a good, like a good position to go to, you get chopped. You think about, oh man, what if I do this? He might get
if
mad.
I don't find his general chop.
Yeah. You
Connect 4.
You can't find my ring general.
Fine. Play Connect 4 with Walter.
Chop.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he
Every time he wins, chops.
Chop.
Have hamburger chest.
It's not good. I'd play something goofy like a mystery date.
Twister.
I want to play mystery date with RVD.
Oh
God. My date likes to be in the pool.
Which one? All of them.
All of them. All 5 of them.
Aren't you? Is he married or?
Yes, one of those women in the pool is. Yeah, they've got apparently a very forward-looking relationship.
All right. Well.
I mean, some people just want a constant party, man. Evidently, that's where it is. In RVD's pool. Anyways, I think that's good for the show. We've got an overrun coming up.
We do. We're going to talk about Jose Canseco making his pro wrestling debut. I'm excited about this one.
Nice. All right. So stay tuned for that. Overrun's a lot of fun, though. We don't just talk non-news. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Till next time, talk to you later.
Goodbye.